Daniel, welcome back from Korea.
Thank you.
G, welcome back to life. You know, that's where I was gonna go.
Love it, dude.
Oh man, G.
Cheers. Thank you for the alcohol.
Yeah.
Thank you for the drink.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So,
Oh, this is really good. I've never had
really
Nika
good.
days.
oh, really? You have never had? You have Nika though, right? Like
No.
any type of Nika? No.
Oh, I have.
The coffee.
Why is it called?
Nika's the brand. It's Japanese whiskey.
No, I've had Nika whiskey. Is there Nika whiskey?
There's
Or is
very
it-
different Nika.
Is it
whiskeys.
Nika days?
Oh, maybe they have like a offshoot or something.
No,
Who
Nika
knows,
whiskey
yeah.
is the brand,
Okay.
Oh, I
and
see.
they
I see.
specifically make
What does
whiskey.
days mean?
That's specific, like blue label, red label.
Right.
It's like it's
They're
Nika's
line.
version. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
It's a good taste.
This is the.
Honey.
This is the. Thank you.
What?
I don't want to find out 40 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it's all good.
All right, guys. So welcome to episode 2. We have Dan back from Korea, and we're recording this in December, and we might cut that out because we might release this.
Who
in February.
cares?
That's true.
Who cares? Or maybe we won't cut it.
Yeah. Who knows,
You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
dude?
who cares, dude?
I feel like it's been so long since we've done this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
it might have
You know?
been October, September. No,
Dude,
September, because
it's
I went to Korea in October.
It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, me and you have, we did the previous
Yeah.
podcast.
Sure.
But with Dan, like the group, it's been a long.
It's been a minute, months.
Yeah.
Our previous 1% podcast, or 1% better, which we found out that name's already taken.
Yeah.
So we are now.
Autobots combined.
Keep that. Though.
That's also taken.
No. What? The combiner effect?
No, the Autobots.
Oh, you checked?
No. It's just the IP. You know what I'm saying? We get sued by Mattel or something. You know what I mean?
You want no?
Wait, no.
Michael Bay.
Like, you think so? No. Autobots like that, like for real.
It's got to be.
No.
You know
There's
what I'm
no
saying?
way it's
I'm gonna find out. I'm
Gotta
gonna
be,
find
bro.
out. You're saying we can't use Autobot?
I don't
No.
think so.
Like
Maybe
the
you should-
Autobot podcast?
I don't
Maybe
know.
we should stop saying Autobots.
Yeah.
We're already.
We already copyrighted.
Mattel, we have no money. This podcast for fun.
Yeah.
No, but really,
The Combiner podcast.
the combiner effect.
Probably not.
The combiner effect.
I'm sorry.
No, we checked.
Combiner effect. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
combiner effect because
Okay,
like
cool.
it's like, you know, we each of us kind of come together and we combine forces, man.
And we
It's a
have an
combined
effect on each other. Yeah.
and we got effect on each other, man.
Yeah.
You know, eagles fly with eagles.
Yeah. So
You know what I'm saying?
we're here.
It's true.
So we're here. How you guys been, man? It's been a long time. I feel like we haven't chatted, you know.
Yeah.
It's we're deep in the holiday season.
Yeah.
You know, just a little checking, like what's going on with you guys, man?
How are you, G?
Maybe we should save that to the end.
Say what?
Maybe he should share last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have.
Okay, yeah. No, I know. Yeah. Are you in?
Am I still recording?
Because
Do you
it's
see that
like
number?
it's like anchoring, right?
Oh, you're good.
Remember,
You're good.
I'm
Yeah,
anchoring.
I'm the. Yeah, you are anchoring. That's why. Oh, so you're.
That's why I'm last.
Yes, because I have stuff to share, but it's not that long.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I went to Korea.
Yeah.
That was my first time in Korea.
First time.
Yeah, I've never been.
No way.
I mean,
Bro.
Jen's been there. My wife Jen's been there
Yeah.
multiple times. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
my first time, so
That's dope.
it's kind of like it's interesting though. Like I don't know. I don't know if you've been to India or if you've been to China,
have.
but like when you go to somewhere overseas, but you recognize the language and it's like familiar to you, even though like I'm not fluent in Korean, but like I understand like a decent amount. So it doesn't feel like you're overseas in a way. Like it makes me feel like I'm in K-Town in LA. Well, when I go to a restaurant, like all the waitresses like are all like, you know, my aunties, like, and when I talk to them, I talk to them in Korean anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, mama. It's summer. But yeah, so it's interesting being somewhere else that also feels familiar.
Okay.
But I've never been there, you know. So, but yeah, food's crazy. Everything's cheap.
Is it cheap in South Korea?
It's okay. It's not like Southeast Asia cheap,
yeah.
but you can get like a bowl of noodles for $5.
Okay.
$4. Flat, no tip, no tax, just
That's
out of pocket.
That's still pretty cheap.
It's a full meal, you know.
For people in the Bay Area, that's cheap.
Oh, yeah. It's like a third of the.
It's kind of like Taiwan.
I think Taiwan's cheaper.
Cheaper. Have you been to Taiwan?
Jen has been, and she said she got meals for like $2.
Okay,
$3. You know what I mean? I actually think Taiwan and Southeast Asia are kind of similar, like price range wise for food.
Okay.
Anyway,
well, it's because they have street food.
Yeah, but the street food's like a real meal. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
Yeah,
but their restaurants, I think,
it's so expensive.
You know what I'm saying?
I see.
It's
believe that.
Like, so I guess my question is, South Korea, do they have like street food stands too?
Oh,
like
yeah.
That feel?
Definitely.
Yeah,
they have a lot of that shit. There's these these Korean like bars called pochas.
Okay.
Or pojangmachas. But basically, if you ever seen like a clip of a Korean show or movie, it's like when they're outside in a tent. It looks like a tent, and like it's like a plastic table, and they have like soju and like little like bar food. You know what I mean?
That's so
cool.
Yeah.
So it'd be like all that type of food. So stuff like that's popular. But yeah, just cool being there. They recently, their president's kind of trying to get impeached because
Is this some with Samsung or something?
No. He declared martial law for like 2 hours.
Like the president
of Korea
country.
Did what?
Declared martial law.
Why?
I think it had something. I'm so ignorant, but it had something to do with. So he was being protested against, and then something about the opposing political party. We're bringing up some stuff, and so he declared martial law to like, I don't know if it was to control the protesters or something, but then he took it back like in the middle of the night, and he's like, oh shit, like my bad.
My bad, dude. I messed that up.
But then the whole like House of Representatives, they all, regardless of political party, they all unanimously said like, what the fuck are you doing?
Nah, so, like you can't.
Yeah. So now he's like,
dummy.
Yeah.
He's done. He's probably done.
At least like in terms of like public opinion for sure.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway, came back from Korea. Cool. Since then, I applied to grad school for counseling psychology.
That's right.
Waiting
that's a big
to
one.
hear back.
That's a big one.
I'm
waiting to hear back where?
From Santa Clara University, which is where I want to go.
Let's go.
Should hear back in about a month or so.
This podcast is gonna end pretty short unless we figure out how to do virtually.
We
could, but forget virtual.
I can make time, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Had an interview this morning with a company.
Nice.
Which is exciting. Just haven't heard back much.
Talk to me about that. I'm interested in that, dude.
I think John knows a little something about hiring. And
I would love to hear about that.
Something.
So you had this is awesome. I'm happy for you. So
yes,
what's the position?
I was excited about it because it was for a learning experience designer role.
Hey, okay.
It's called I can't say the company.
Okay, yeah.
But it's for a company.
It's called Tech.
It's tech. It's
software.
Yeah, software.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
pretty big, mid-size.
It seems mid-sized.
Okay, mid-size tech software company.
It's a SaaS company. Yeah,
sure. And they had a learning
experience design. LXD. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
designer, how like what? Well, I'm very ignorant when it comes to that type of like designer. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. So it can mean a lot of different things for depending on the company, but something it could look like is let's say you buy a product from like a software product, right? Okay. And you don't know how to use it because there's hella tools. Mm-hmm. So then you might go to the online portal to find some materials, like instructional materials that are supplementary to help you learn how to use a product. Okay. So that's one example of the type of work that learning designers could do, is for end users to instruct them how to use a product.
I got you.
It can also be like in-house, like employee training for either interfacing with customers or for products and stuff like that. So it can look like a lot of different things.
So you're teaching. In a sense.
Kind of, yeah. But I guess it's like in a corporate setting with adult learners. The theory is a little bit different, but the skills are transferable. But yeah, I was just excited about it because, no lie, I think I've probably applied to 1,000 jobs.
Wow.
Pretty damn close.
Wow.
And this was my second interview in that field.
So let me ask you, when you applied, did you just simply apply?
I did.
You just simply apply and they called you back?
They did.
Wow.
Which was crazy.
You didn't do a cover letter. You didn't try
Not for this role. For a lot of roles I do.
Yeah. But this one.
This was one of my mass apply ones.
Interesting.
So I was very surprised when I got a call back.
Well, listen, I tell you, you have to mass apply.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a
you never
numbers game.
Yep.
We talked about this. And then of course there's the few that you're like, okay, I only got one shot. I got to do it right. You got to send a cover letter. You got to research, try to contact the hiring manager, try to get notice, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. This one, you're like, shotgun, send it out, and you got called in.
Which was crazy.
Awesome.
Because what you just described, I've done for so many jobs, like spending so much time tailor making my cover letter, resume, everything. Yeah. Don't hear anything.
Yes.
So I was very surprised that I heard back from one of my mass apply ones, but
so they call you in.
Yep. And phone screened me earlier this week.
Okay.
And then they said, yo, are you available Thursday?
Okay.
For a second round.
And that was
cool.
Today?
4 hours ago.
4 hours ago. How'd it go? How'd it kind of,
It went okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So I had to prepare a presentation for it based on a project that I did.
Round interview. Well, the phone screen I'm not going to count.
Yeah,
okay?
This is technically first round.
They said first round, and we're going to do a presentation right off the bat. 5
to 7 slide presentation of a project that you've done.
That's interesting.
It didn't seem intense though. Like it seemed pretty like something you worked on. But I spent hella hours in the past 72 hours working on that.
Wow.
So that was good, but I think part of it is like because I've had so little interview experience in my job search.
Okay.
My muscles very like stiff in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
so good.
It's not easy for me.
I know.
I think I am proud of myself, and I'm glad that however it ends up, I'm really thankful for the experience, and I think I do have strengths in presenting. Yeah. But you just never know what a panel's looking for. I think. Whether they're really kind of leaning into technical skills, or if they're looking for like a personality fit, or how good the communication
Essentially,
is.
you just give it your best shot and see what happens.
And because to me, I think that's been my philosophy as I felt a lot of anxiety about the interview today. I was just like, you know what? At the end of the day, I can't. They passed me off to this stage for a reason. And if I give my best and put my best foot forward, and if what I have to offer is not what they're looking for, then there's nothing I can do about that. But I can present the best that I can for what I do know.
100%.
That's a great, it's a great perspective for sure.
Yeah, because I think initially I just felt a lot of pressure to. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I need to get this shit, which I still feel, but like I don't get to choose that. I can only choose how I present myself and
control what you can.
Exactly. Yeah. And so yeah. Without getting too much more into it, felt good about it. Generally speaking, feel
send thank you letters.
Send to thank you. Follow up. Yep.
We're getting live training here, right on
See,
the
yeah. See, this is not a recruiting podcast, but if you're gonna ask me, I have so much to say in this regard. But maybe we can save
the podcast. You can tell us the company name.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then if you do, then I could really help you.
Yes.
But let me ask you this though: the company, when you did the research, was there things that resonated about the company that you're like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Definitely.
Like that. I'm pretty okay.
And I connected those things to my personal values and experiences in the interview too. So.
Good job, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean,
And was your so I tell candidates all the time, you gotta match your values and commonality to 3 levels, right? Company, hiring manager, role, right? Like, what values do you bring? Can you do the role? That's the easy part. Most people do that well.
Yeah,
most people, I think, do pretty well in matching the company. In some ways, it's the hiring managers.
Interesting.
Sometimes because the hiring managers, now you're getting a little more personal. Right?
Yeah,
this is the person that's going to probably take you in, under their wings, and all that good stuff.
It's ultimately their decision. Like,
Was the hiring manager there?
Yes, it was a hiring manager and one other person that works cross-functionally with the team, but not directly.
Did you know who that hiring manager was before you walked in?
I did.
Okay.
And I looked into his LinkedIn and tried to mesh in a couple things.
There you go.
So you attacked this right, huh?
Honestly, I think, I honestly, like, I think you did.
Not perfect, but as much as I could have in a relatively short turnaround in like, 2.5 days. So yeah, but
sometimes, Daniel, as long as you look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it my all, I did my homework, I told them my story, let where the chips fall. At that point, it's all good.
Honestly, at this point, like, given my job search, and I'm just happy I got
an interview.
That's a win.
Or that.
It's an interview, but like, I feel like they recognize some value in the space that I was trying to go for.
Yeah.
And I think that.
So you're saying like it's possible for you to be here. It's like you belong.
Exactly. Like it's not just, I think there's a bit of the imposter syndrome that feels lessened because I'm like, okay, like, they didn't have to interview me. They didn't have to pass me on after the phone screening. They could have said, "Oh, sorry, we're not looking for you."
The power of this story. Sorry, this story. I'm like talking.
The mic's over there.
This story. Sorry.
You only had half a drink.
I move a lot. No, I'm fine. It's just you guys know me. I move a lot.
One of those fucking like headsets.
I probably have that.
But you know what they sound like though, right? They sound like either like they're calling in over the overcom, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Pilot, like giving us the weather.
It's true. He's trying to close sales on the floor.
The power of your story is there might be other. So people who don't know, you used to be an educator, teacher.
Yeah.
Fifth grade?
Fifth grade, yeah.
Fifth grade. And then just like many people I know, cousins, friends, they got out of education for a lot of very valid reasons. But I have had a lot of people come to me and say, how do I transition? Mm-hmm. That's a very difficult thing to do sometimes. But your story gives a lot of hope to a lot of educators to say, you can. You can if you simply am able to articulate and explain how you could take what you've learned in the classroom and being a fifth grade teacher into a corporate SaaS environment to create their, learning experience, right? You know what I mean? And furthermore, it's even more encouraging, people who are educators, that he got a call without even doing anything. They simply looked at your resume and said, I don't know who this guy is. I didn't even hear a story through a cover letter, or he didn't contact me through LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. I just visually saw his resume that he's a teacher, and I already knew he must have some good skills, right? So that means you guys have transferable skills, and so all hope is not lost.
Yeah,
because I hear from educators a lot, like they're just like, what am I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna do? And I don't know if you've faced some of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
In part of, I was like, are you drinking?
That's a great situation. No, we can't explain the situation yet because he's going to share the reasons for why this is happening.
Right. So, to be continued, hook of why G is not drinking today. That we're saving that for later.
Yes. No, but thanks for saying that. I think,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm still in the process. You know what I'm saying? I didn't land a job or some shit, but I think we were talking about in the parking lot too. But I think part of it is just like, like we can only control what we can in the process.
Yeah.
And everything else is like learning to accept and live with. And then it's difficult, but I think that's just life. You know what I'm saying?
It's part of like what going through a self-discovery, like understanding, like I can only control what I do. I cannot control how other people view me or what they say about me or what they do, or I did this, pissed them off, all that emotional stuff. Like, I could only control, Jonathan, what you did, was it in good intention? Are you, when I'm looking myself in the mirror, are you okay with what you did? If I am, then fuck it.
You can you know what I'm saying? Live with that.
Like, did I give it my all in making this presentation, going into this interview, doing the research, and I feel I did my best? If that's true, your voice, you, who cares?
Yeah.
You can live with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So to transition, how you've been doing?
Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
Just cut it off. Done.
We're gonna work on our transitions.
It's okay. It's okay.
Audience.
So sometimes transition is a hard cut. You know what I'm saying?
Transitions is tough.
Like, John, that's great. You asked me about my shit.
Yeah, how are you,
Bro,
you seem I don't want to say overwhelmed. You seem busy.
where do I start? Dude, I just talked to my cousins. We're on a text. Okay.
Like a text thread.
Text thread, me and my cousins. And I don't know how deep I want to get. I even told them, I was like, hey guys, I'm going to shoot a podcast tomorrow. I was like, hey, I'm shooting a podcast because I love it. With these two guys, like, I get to express myself with people who know me, and like, as men, we need an outlet to like just express ourselves. And I told them, like, you know, and I'll give you details, but it's just like a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of stuff that I think men just bottle up.
Yeah.
Compartmentalize, yeah.
And I'm 43 years old now.
Yeah.
And I still think about
It don't change,
childhood trauma and
For sure.
pressures of being the firstborn son in a product of an immigrant family. And bro,
We talked a little bit about that in our last podcast, for sure.
and then I was telling them, I said, it's so therapeutic, but I told them honestly, which I want to talk to you guys too, is like, I'm at a crossroad where you guys know me. If you want me to say shit, I will say shit. Like, I will go. Like, I will go there.
No, for sure. Yeah.
But I hesitate when it comes to my family. Like, with other stuff, I don't care. I'll go.
Sure.
Like,
So
you know what I'm saying?
Just a short follow-up question that's related exactly to that. Is there like a category of things that is difficult to talk about with your family? Because like, if you're talking about, here are the logistics for our vacation, I'm sure it's not that hard to communicate that to your family, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it is. I don't know.
Wait, did I talk to you?
No. You didn't.
Is that what's going on? Oh,
Bro,
shit. Wow.
bro, this is
Talk
so
about nailing it on the head right there.
logistics of planning a vacation is exactly why I currently have anxiety. And, bro,
I'm so
wait,
sorry.
I didn't talk to you about
No,
this.
I'm sorry. I didn't
How
mean to
the
strike a nerve.
fuck did you come up with that?
Wow.
That's exactly why I'm so like,
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
a simple thing.
Everything I just said. Just share whatever you wanted to share.
D.
I'm so sorry.
The stem.
Let's talk about this.
No. This, I mean,
What's going on, dude? What's the issues? Give us all the details. Let's see.
you know what? I'm gonna spit. I'm gonna spit, and if you guys keep this, great. If you,
We can edit whatever.
So
bro.
okay, before
Okay.
the crossroad is like the hesitation is that because it went from something small as planning for a vacation and it blew up in my face because of so many reasons, which I'll go into, and then it went into a lot of like discussion about like why is this so hard? Why is something this small blew out of context or in my face? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
And a lot of it is probably my anxiety. I have anxiety, and it's hereditary.
Yeah.
My cousins and aunties will love you guys, but you guys will agree. That feed into it, and then and part of the problem was I overthought and I overcomplicated things. And maybe I assumed a little bit, and we know assuming is not good.
How do you approach it? If you don't mind me asking, like, did you say like
high level?
Hey, y'all down for vacation? Like, is that how you started out, or do you like, hey, these are the things, and this is what we're gonna do? Like, what do you think? Like,
you guys ready?
like, like, how did you initially bring it up?
Like, was it hour by hour shit, or
Probably,
or like
something like that. Like over. I got receipts. I got texts, but it's mostly so.
It's all highlighted in. Like, these are the food places, and these are the.
No.
hyperlinks.
Okay,
yo.
So
That's how
here we go. You guys ready? You
That's
guys want to hear a story?
Let's hear it.
Here we go.
Spit it out, dog.
My brother, who I love dearly.
I didn't know you had a brother.
I have two. I have two brothers. Thanks, Daniel. We really know each other.
I just heard in my head, like, in that moment, it was like, DJ, another one. Mic drop.
I've known this dude for 7 years.
I have two half brothers. They're both younger.
Oh, I'm sorry. You did mention this. Yes.
I have a brother in Taiwan.
Yeah.
My mom and stepdad lives there.
Yes.
My dad and mom lives here in the Bay Area and have a son. So I have two.
Oh, okay. So they're not from the same family.
No,
I see.
And they're both around the same age.
Half-blood.
They're younger than me.
Are they like my age or
5 years younger.
Okay, I mean, okay.
So
they're a little, they're 5 years younger than me.
Like late 30s.
Yeah,
okay,
late 30s.
Okay.
So my brother calls me and say, "Hey, bro, like, do you want to do something for President's Day and maybe go to Tahoe?" Okay, February.
Okay.
And you guys will understand as I tell the story. I said, "Okay, cool. That sounds good and all that good stuff." But I said, you know what? The only thing about January, February is because we go to Tahoe. We know there is a risk of being snowed in, snowstorms, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, hardcore boarders and like skiers, we love that shit.
Sure.
Well, when I was single, I didn't care. I'll put on chains. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't care if I get snowed in. I'll fight the weather.
Yeah.
But when it comes to going to Tahoe with family, we don't care about that. We don't care about powder snow. We don't care about the best snow, right? It's just we just want to go there for the kids.
Yeah.
So now I was like, nice cabin,
play in the
chill,
snow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you guys been to Tahoe, it's hard to plan for Tahoe. You got weather, you got location. You could get snowed in, and it could derail your whole, vacation. So then I said, well, if you do want to go to Tahoe, why don't we go March, a little later? Is the snow the best? No, but who cares?
Yep.
We're going to be probably in the bunny slopes anyways with the kids.
Sure.
And they just want to play in snow and slide.
And your brothers have children too?
Yes. I have two nephews.
Okay.
And then
So you're going for the main reason to spend with family and more specifically for the kids.
Spend with family, maybe for the kids, right?
Okay, I got you.
It's not a snowboarding trip.
Nah.
Yeah.
And so we were talking, and then I was like, and I knew my other cousins have kids around the same age as my kids and my brother's kids. And I said, hey, listen, why don't we have a cousin trip? Not Tahoe, because I think we have to schedule that like 3 to 6 months ahead. Because none of the good cabins are even. There's no way, right?
Yeah.
So I say, how about we plan that better next year for 2026? Table that.
Yeah.
Why don't we go to like Disneyland? Easier. Disneyland, SoCal. You don't have to worry about weather. All kids love Disneyland. It's easy. We don't have to get the same cabin. Each family could just fly there whenever they want. Get their own lodging. We meet in Disneyland. Good times.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay?
That's reasonable.
Sounds so reasonable.
It's so reasonable. Dude.
All right, here we go. We're at the mountain now. We're at the top of the mountain of the story. So then
I'm texting my cousins about this. And I had one cousin who was kind of arguing that no, maybe we should go to Tahoe because hey, look at this cabin. Like we could still go if we go off peak hours. right? Like, let's say, like, I don't know, Tuesday through Thursday or something like that.
Makes
I said,
sense.
but unfortunately, not all of us are flexible like that. Like, some of us have to go weekends and so on and so forth. Okay. Yeah. So, but that was a little, but that's fine. God bless. She knows who she is. That's fine. I understand, right? But it's my opinion. Planning for Tao's a lot.
It is.
It just is.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't we just go to Disney? Okay, cool. And then Cousins then was texting like, okay, great. And then I had to, for whatever reason, I just decided to plan it, right? Mm-hmm. So then
did someone
who gave you
permission to do this, John?
Wait. No, to Tahoe.
Just this whole thing.
Whatever the vacation is going to be, it's on you.
And it's on me now. And then I realized, and I talked to my brother. I said, hey, bro, sorry. You're the one who brought it up to me. And I took over.
Why don't you do this shit?
Yeah. And then he's like, no, this is great, right? Blah, blah. But the thing is, like,
it off to John. That's what
whether it's I don't know why, obligation.
Because you're a big bro.
Maybe. Obligation or whatever, or I want to do it for the family or pressure, whatever. I was like,
first child syndrome.
Whatever. I would do it because I want everyone to be happy.
But you didn't want to do it initially. Like, did you feel... I'm sorry. I don't want to say that. Did you feel like... was it more you wanted to do it or more you felt like you had to do it? If you had to measure that.
It's more because my brother uses me to be the connection to our cousins.
Okay.
That's your dynamics with your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
but then I'm trying to get my brother to be closer to our cousins.
Gotcha.
But then I've talked to this with my wife, and my wife says, but your brother needs to make a effort to be closer to cousins.
Yep.
But then I've had conversation with my dad, and my dad's like, hey, maybe you could help your brother be closer to cousins.
I see.
How deep do we want to go? Okay, so
older sibling syndrome, right? Like oldest, like I get that 100%.
And by the way, Dad, if you see this, I have no problem doing this. You see how deep we're gonna go and what we're whatever. Who cares? So then fuck it.
Let's play pool again.
Yeah. Oh, right, Paul. Yeah, Paul. Daniel's played pool with my dad.
He must remember me, no?
He loves you.
Oh,
he calls you Paul?
No.
I just said my. Who cares?
Oh,
my dad's name is Paul. You can cut this out or not.
Whatever. Yeah.
Anyway.
So there's that. Okay. Like, hey, Jonathan, you know, right? And so, is it an obligation? Yeah, it is. Do I want to do it? Yes and no. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a pressure.
That's complicated.
It feeds in my anxiety.
Yeah.
It stresses me out, and I already have other stresses.
Yeah.
But do I do it? I naturally do like to plan.
Yeah.
Sure. I like getting people together,
and
that's just how I am.
And you love all the parties involved. I
love all the parties. I want people to come together.
Yeah,
that's who I am.
Yeah.
But when it comes to family, I feel a little more pressured, and it's a little more anxiety for me, anxious.
I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Long story short, I was like, cousin, this and that. Let's go. Christine. I keep saying my wife's name, and maybe we should keep it private, their names and so on and so forth. But my wife, cut. Yeah. My wife actually sent me a app called Doodle.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
It's like a scheduling app. Like where you can, everyone puts like,
she got it from her EA friend.
Yeah.
EAs use it a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I sent it, and I was like, here's the dates. President's Day, Labor Day, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
You vote.
Okay.
They all voted. Fantastic. Great, right?
Yeah.
Memorial Day came up.
Okay.
Fantastic. That's May.
Okay.
And then side quest, one of my cousins was like, why don't we invest side note, side quest, side arc that might come back, and why this kind of blew in my face.
All right.
One of my cousins said, why don't we invite another cousin?
Are you not that close to this cousin? Like,
not as close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she might be close to her, which I understand. Maybe. Okay.
Your older brother's closer to this other cousin, or like why?
Or
we don't have to go into it. I'm just
they're just closer.
Being nosy.
They're just close. Yeah. They live closer. She's in Elk Grove. One's in Benicia. I don't know. They're similar in age.
Okay.
They might be closer. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was not opposed to it, but this is what I said. Okay. I said, I'm not opposed to it, but just know, because I'm all about expectations. But this is where maybe I overthought it. I said, well, if you invite her, just know the group is already getting pretty big. Mm-hmm. So if we go to Disney,
it's complicated.
How many people? Forget about getting reservations.
Fucking stressful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
number one.
I got you.
Number two.
What's the number, John?
Number two. What? We're number two. Number two is when the group gets bigger, people are gonna break off.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna. Yeah. People's schedules are gonna be off. People have different, ages and kids, and they want to do different things. So just expect that we might not be all together all the time, and we might not spend quality one-on-one time. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying expectations.
And
right?
That's what you said to the family. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm not saying I'm opposed to it, but I just want you guys to know this before you
buy your tickets.
Okay, so then
invite extra
the cousin who brought this up said, you know what, you're right. Not you're right, but she's like, I don't feel strongly either or.
Okay. And
then the other cousins kind of chimed in and said, well, I don't.
I'm sorry. Feel strongly about inviting
her or not.
Gotcha.
Right? I said, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All good. But you can see like it's heated, right? And it's kind of like
it's steadily leveling up,
right? Because I knew like if you open the doors, people are gonna like, can I invite this? Can I do this and do that? So at what point do you say you control? See,
is that?
So here's the thing:
overthinking, or that's like
hell yeah, I think it might be.
It
might be both. I don't know. But I'm a highly anxious person.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I can't just
not that I'm agreeing to you, but
No. I'm not offended.
That's why, like, we are similar in that way. So yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
2 days ago. Hey guys, I just want to make. No, not 2 days ago. Last week.
Come on,
hey, just want to make sure.
48-hour notice,
like,
at least. Like,
last week, he's like, "Hey, just want to make sure we're still on for the podcast."
I appreciate it.
So I do.
I'm a planner that way.
No. Yeah,
I look at my week ahead of time. Like, what are we doing next week?
I'm not.
You know why that works? Is because I'm anxious too. So I was like,
all right, fucked, guys.
You're what?
We're totally fucked.
I'm anxious too.
Oh, you're anxious.
Yeah. No. So I think that's also contributes to why we're on the same page often. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
So anxiety kicks in and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I'm already like, because I'm trying to think like, am I gonna offend my cousins by saying this? And I don't want to offend her, but at the same time, I'm a little bothered about it. I was like, dude, what? This is gonna get big and all that.
Yeah.
Should I think this way? Should I not?
Yeah.
See, overthink things. And then, okay, but that's not...
That's not the issue? Okay.
Wait, also, real quick, not to cut you off, but to cut you off.
Yeah, cut me off. Yeah.
I feel like...
Love that sound.
It's not just overthinking, though.
What is it?
You care about your cousins.
I do.
Right? Like, it's like you...
I do.
If you didn't give a fuck about your cousins,
yeah.
Like there's plenty of people you don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
You're not planning for them.
No. No, that's true.
You wouldn't overthink anyways.
It doesn't even occur to you because you're like, okay, whatever. You don't matter to me. Like, I think like both can be true, right? Like maybe it is overthinking, sure, but also I think it's important to acknowledge like you fucking care and love your cousins.
Yeah,
you care about them.
I do
love them. So it's not just me, John, I'm being bad, right? Or I'm being so anxious and I'm like, causing all this like stress on my cousins or whatever.
Okay,
it's like. Why the fuck do you care enough to even want to plan in the first place? You want everyone to have. You said it yourself. You want everyone to have a good time.
I do.
You care about them. Like
that's why I think about those things.
Can I bring it back though?
Yeah.
So
yes,
I love this train of thought, but I also want to hear the main reason We might come back to that.
Oh, okay, because that's not the crescendo.
Yeah.
That's not the crescendo by any means. So, but here's the problem: is the next part. I'm like, this is where I'm at crossroads because I don't know how deep. But okay, so
let's.
it's okay. I'm gonna say, and then
Just start from a high level. Is that possible?
yeah, maybe. So then, okay, blah blah, right?
Yeah.
There's that. I was like, okay, good. We squashed that. We're gonna go as cousins. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 families.
Times
Five
four.
families, including my brother. That's 5 cousin families going without inviting anyone else.
Okay.
That's
a
already
lot.
big.
That's anywhere from 15 to 20 people right there.
Dog,
Easy.
This we already have problems. Like getting anything, any resident. You know what I'm saying? Let alone like whatever.
It's hard for 8 people. You know what I'm saying,
Bro.
Fuck,
Okay, so
Yeah.
well, whatever. Okay, so then okay,
That's a whole game.
and then my brother calls me, and then here's the thing about my brother. I love him, but oh Jesus. Sorry, he's religious too, so I shouldn't.
Podcast. Let's go, man.
That's true.
You know.
just bleep it out.
So my brother calls me and he's like, "Hey, bro." I was like, he's the ultimate optimist, and I love him for it. And he's also a people pleaser, and he doesn't understand when he tries to please everybody, it causes issues. Because he's just like, okay, whatever, let's just do whatever. Like,
I
okay,
see.
you know, and
Yeah.
and then it's just like, no,
It's kind of non-committal, like
non-committal, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
No,
it
I get you.
confuses people.
Sure.
So then I told, okay, so then he's like, hey, so you know, what if mom and dad comes to the to the trip? Okay, you laugh. So here we go. So I said, because okay, people who know me, I keep it real. Okay, it's because I don't try to offend. It's just because I rather just tell you
Tell the truth, bro.
how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just rather do that.
And I know
That's
you would,
just-
and I know you would say it to their face too.
Hell yeah.
You would.
And I fast forward, you will hear.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah,
I
okay,
told it
okay,
to my parents'
yes.
face,
Yes.
but this blew up in my face. And okay, so then I said, okay, bro, okay, mom and dad wants to come. Okay, and then here we go, anxiety kicking in and overthought. And I said to my bro, I said, are you sure mom and dad want to come? Like, are you sure? My parents are older. It's Disney. Lot of walking, not to say, you know, whatever.
Sure.
But it's like, it's our my parents and then my cousins.
It's kind of awkward. It's awkward. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought so. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think so? When I just said it.
Well, I mean,
Do you think so?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do
for
you
sure.
think so?
That it's weird.
Yeah, a little awkward. Like my parents and then my cousins.
I don't know your guys' dynamics, but I could see how it could be that.
Okay, fair.
yeah.
Like it could go either way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Based on your reaction, like, you clearly.
No. So but this is what I'm thinking, right? So I'm like, that's a little weird. Like my cousins, you know. And so I said to my bro, I said, listen, why don't we just go on our cousin trip? But if mom and dad wants to do something, we could do something separate. Reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Okay.
Take them to
Now-
Muir Woods in March.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Walk in the
Now,
park.
granted, damn, it takes so long. Granted, I didn't run this by my cousins, right? So I was just talking to my brother and I was just thinking these things. I said, I think that's, you know, I just think it'd be better if our parents and us did our own trip.
Separate.
And then cousins, we do our thing. Oh boy. And then
How to blow up.
I'm gonna say the next part and then I'm gonna decide if
Okay.
so then my mom caught wind of it. And my mom is like this, okay, my whole life. And then I all of a sudden get a text saying, Jonathan, you know that gift I asked you to buy for me Christmas? Well, just return it. And then, oh, by the way, I might not come to Christmas next week. Dog, I don't.
Wait, what?
You see, so I don't know if I want to keep the, but whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. I got to think about this. So then Yeah, I don't know. I might have to cut that out. That's a little deep.
You can cut that out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna tell you guys because you know what I learned is just shoot, just shoot. Yeah,
just shoot, bro.
So like, here's the thing. Okay, my mom, I love her to death. She's not. She doesn't think normally. She's not rational. Like a 14-year-old would say that. Versus, hey son, hey, I heard you talk to Jeffrey and you know blah blah blah. Right? Versus
her.
Return the gift I bought you. I'm not coming to Christmas.
Yes.
Okay, but I know her. So then I was like, Jeffrey told her, or she heard it, or something, and she's pissed. So then I said, Mom, why are you upset? What's going on? She won't pick up my call. I tried to call her, this and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, you know, I'm grocery shopping, which might be true. You know, hey, I'm cooking, and so I can't talk. You know, it might be true.
We all know it's
and then,
you know what I'm saying?
and then my brother's like, so then I text my brother. I was like, yo, like, did you tell Mom or like, you know, what's going on? Well, yeah, you know. And I was like, dude, Mom's pissed, right?
Shit.
And so now we're just texting. And then she wants to me and my mom.
Okay.
And I said, Mom, what's going on? And she won't tell me, right? Then I just went out and said, listen, Mom, if you want to come to Disney, by all means come. By all means, of course. I'm just saying it's a little weird for you guys to come with the rest of the cousins. If it was just me, Jeffrey, and your niece and nephews and our family, like, you know,
sure.
I could like, because I'm going to worry about them.
Yeah.
You got to make sure they're fit. Sure. My cousins, it's not their obligation.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I don't know. Oh, and then furthermore, I was being honest with my brother and mom. I said, well, if you come, the other cousins might invite their parents.
Yes.
Which is fine.
That was my thought.
Which is fine.
That was my thought.
Which is fine.
Relatively speaking, that would feel fair to them.
But now,
then it's fucking 35 people.
This trip is completely different. Doesn't make sense. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right? This is not the original trip. Okay. But then I realized.
Started at, hey John, do you want to go to Tahoe?
That's what. Hey, bro. So
you want to go
dog? Do other families?
I would text them in the middle of the night. Hey John, you want to go? He's gonna be like, why, G?
Do other families have this problem? Seriously, comment below.
We talked about it on our last podcast about my family vacation issues. If you remember.
Like this?
It's very similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very similar. But anyways,
fair.
You know how, like, I feel you 100%, like, where you're going with this.
I know you're stressed out. So okay. Well, I'm not sorry, but okay. So then, but then I realized my mistake was the initial, hi, bro, do you want to go to Tahoe was probably meant for, do you want to go to Tahoe with just me, mom, and dad? I was the one that turned it into this cousin thing because I didn't.
Were you the one that suggested that though? The other cousin coming?
I just suggested Disney.
Yes.
Okay, and then because of my childhood trauma and conversation with my dad and blah blah blah, and getting him closer to the cousins, and I knew the cousins wanted to go to Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we all been trying to go to Disney all together. And I said, hey, this might be a good time for all of us to get together and go.
I see.
But I didn't like,
you know,
I didn't think it would offend. But the thing is, aside from that, I did say my family, with my brother and my parents, could do something separately. In my face. And then at the end of the day, I text all the cousins. I told them what happened. And I said this. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I apologize. I overthought this. Invite whoever you want. And they actually did. So this is actually becoming a completely different, which is fine. By the way, if they hear this, it's actually, they probably
won't.
No, they will. They might hear this before me. Yeah, it's not that I care. I don't care. It's fine. I actually would love to meet them and whatever.
It just wasn't what you expected.
It's just not what is expected of the original
Can I ask
conversation. One and two, it's just I just want them to know.
Yeah.
It's now a different trip. That's all.
Yes. Okay.
That's all it is.
Are you still planning it?
Huh?
Are you still planning this?
No, I gave it up. I said whatever
Who's
because
planning it then?
well, nobody. I don't care. We planned it. We bought our plane ticket. We got our hotel. We're gonna be there.
Whoever you overlap with.
But then I was talking to my wife. I said, "What is the difference now than saying we plan to go Disney? You guys could come if you want and invite whoever you want." It's the same shit.
It is the same.
Or
Without the headache.
Or it might even be, let's just all go there. Like the overlap might be different though.
Yeah.
Because if you plan to be like, hey, let's have lunch together, let's have breakfast together.
Yep.
It's different now because it's like, oh, let's just meet there and then we'll see what the fuck happens type of shit, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
And maybe I should have done that. Maybe that's what I will do in the future. But listen, this experience have given me PTSD either to say, if I plan next time, I might just keep it simple. Or I might just not play. I might just play my side and say, come.
I might kill that for you right now.
What do you mean kill?
So the issues that I had with the bachelor party that I went to last time, the co-ed one, was that it wasn't planned enough.
Wait, hold on. It's a co-ed bachelor party?
Yeah.
That already is why at this
It's just crazy. I'm just saying.
It should not have been.
That's why it got derailed because it's co-ed.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're already starting off shaky foot.
Sure.
That's co-ed. And then, go ahead.
Yeah, like everyone was like a little like, oh, what are we doing today? Oh, let's just go here. And nothing was planned. So everyone's just pissed off at each other now. Like, oh, we wasted money to Chicago.
Oh,
now
hold on.
What are we doing?
But that's a bachelor party. So the stakes is different than just going to Disney. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I mean, yes, I agree. But the thing is...
Not to say you didn't plan it, by the way. I'm just saying.
I didn't plan it.
Oh, okay.
It's not my bash. You know, like, I didn't plan it.
You were just participating.
I was
okay.
I'm just seeing it from the third... person view, like, oh, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, we should do this, we should do that. You know, what's going on? Nothing's planned. People's feelings are hurt. That's what I'm harping on is there's people involved, there's emotions involved. And specifically with family, the stakes are already higher because why? Because we're family. For what reason?
100%.
There's history.
Whatever. You know, like whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Because we're family, right? But I'm sorry that I gave that to you. Maybe I shouldn't have. What do you mean? You're overthinking and you're
no. Now you made me overthink by saying that.
No, I felt it because I have the same oldest cousin, oldest, grandchild like situation.
Yeah,
like that's how I think. How you're thinking is exactly how I'm thinking, and that's why I'm sorry.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that.
I also think like I think I'm at the stage of life where I am not quite there yet, meaning like my parents are still working, they're still supporting themselves. I don't need to take on that responsibility. So just kind of hearing what you guys are sharing, I'm not saying it freaks me out, but I'm just saying like I think in my own ways, I understand why those thought processes are not unfamiliar to me.
Yeah.
For like my version of that would be when I plan a trip with friends or something.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But I think what both of y'all are speaking about in terms of the wrinkle of family, I do think that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because when we started all this, you said there's stuff with family that is.
It's a lot.
It's hard to be as straightforward as like
it's a lot.
Relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my family is like. Again, I love my family. Okay, but quite frankly, why do I have to keep saying this?
That's my.
Then you know how nervous I am.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And as a 43-year-old man, why am I nervous?
Yeah.
To say this shit.
Well, then
I shouldn't feel this nervous.
Right.
But I am.
Yeah.
Because you care, right?
Well, no, I care, but Sure, I do care, but it's
Yeah.
more than just caring.
It's more. It's
like
so much
over caring, overthinking.
no,
ADHD, or
it's
what? Like,
so much burden and the fear
like pure like
of disappointment.
proving shit. Like like if I don't fucking like
do
I
this
know,
or
I know
make
how much you sacrifice.
Yeah.
If I don't fucking frankly,
then you think I'm ungrateful or something, or
fucking perfect. Then it doesn't mean anything to you. You don't acknowledge me.
it's a deep cut.
Yeah. No, I feel you. No, I'm with
Are you on a fuck it level right now? That's where you're at, though, right?
I'm pretty much at a fuck it level.
Yeah.
Like I don't fucking care.
You know what's hard though?
I love that. I love that for you. Though.
You know what's hard though? Like it's hard to control how much you care. Like
and I know what you mean.
I speak for you.
No.
But
I know
for
what you
me,
mean.
it's kind of like I think I've been in modes where I'm like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I really secretly care.
Yeah.
Like that shit you can't control, because it's kind of like at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell myself maybe what I think is objectively better for me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at the end of the day, as much as I don't want to, I fucking care about the approval of people
So much.
that are being unreasonable or expecting things of me that are not fair.
Yep.
100%. Yeah.
And so all that to say, I think that people sharing that experience.
100
and I don't
people
think
share
that's
that experience.
That, you're not alone in experiencing that feeling, because I'm there with you too.
That's why this is so powerful. Dude, we better put this out, man. Seriously. This shit is fucking gold.
This
guys.
is real.
I hope this is resonate because this is the only way I could get shit out. Actually. Well, no, not only way. I play golf and, like
Like a verbal
Talking verbally. Yeah. I mean, do you talk to your people while golfing? Is that what?
not really. Like, and Daniel's golf with me.
It's hard to.
Yeah,
I'm fucking focused on my putt,
It's another way to release stress.
It's a physical way.
But saying it out.
This is emotionally releasing it. Like,
But I would even go as far as it's actually more directly addressing the issue, right? Because you can release by golf swing.
Yes.
Right? But
This
you're
is
not
directly-
really going through the motion of
100%.
this is the issue.
Yes.
What do I think?
Yes.
What do I do? What do I got to do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, exactly.
So,
anyhow, that's just surface.
Yeah.
I got so much shit. And the problem is, and my cousins will agree, a lot of our traumas are started because our family don't talk about shit. They sweep things under the rug.
that's a very Asian thing.
Yeah,
Very.
sure.
They don't, you know what I mean? It's passive aggressive stuff. Like, it's
very
like,
much so.
and so God bless and love my,
exactly what
like, it's,
Everybody,
oh
I'm
my
not Mexican. I'm
And-
Indian.
and-
I'm also Asian. I just like to.
But then part of,
I understand.
but then do you guys like, and it's the wave, right?